Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Peter Obi has been trending for several reasons. Most often than not, his supporters have been giving full solidarity. Well, it looks like there's going to be another big win added to his feathers of winning cap as bigger organizations, loftier ones, people with different ideology have decided that it is Peter Obi they will pinch tent with. And in fact, they didn't stop there. They have decided to take back Nigeria and take back their house. In a moment, we're going to find out what it is they said, and that is giving a lot of worries to a lot of political parties whose government and governors have insisted that being party members, that all their workers will have to vote for that preferred candidate. I don't know how 2023 elections will look like, but I'm expecting a lot of fireworks and drama. Let's go straight into the news. Well, according to the news, as the struggle to occupy the number one seat of the country continues to take the center stage in Nigerian politics, the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC has said it has decided to mobilize support for Labour Party to win the presidential election come 2023. That's the general elections in the country. The Congress said Labour Party was the creation of Nigerian workers and would be supported by the workers to win presidential election in 2023 elections. Find out why. Well, the Secretary General of NLC, Ima Obuaja, who stated this in an interview during the National Executive Council (NEC) of the Congress in Abuja, said the time has come for workers to have a say or decide how the country is being run. He said the Labour Party, when voted to power in 2023, would have a government that would sit with workers and other stakeholders to decide and begin a new Nigeria for good of the people. According to the Congress Secretary, we have searched all round and come to conclusion that Peter Obi, the Labour Party candidate, is the finest amongst the candidates the country has ever produced. So it's not just about now, even from history. He said the party is poised to engage the workers, employ the unemployed, bring justice to play, and redistribute wealth of the country when voted to power. The Congress maintained that the Labour Party would win the election with workers' support and based on Obi's antecedent in Anambra State when he was the governor. Peter Obi emerged the presidential candidate of Labour Party after leaving the People's Democratic Party, PDP. A lot of reactions have trailed this, but let's look at how realistic is this promise coming from NLC, that's Nigerian Labour Congress. You don't forget that Adams Oshiomhole, the former Edo State governor, is a product of NLC. In fact, they usually call him Comrade. He was the president then of NLC before it was now handed over to Wabara, and for now it has NLC have really not felt the impact, or laborers as workers, Nigerian workers have not felt the impact of the comradeship of their presidency. But looking at what NLC is saying, Nigerian Labour Congress, and what the Nigerian politicians, the governors are saying, it may be a case of the populace, the masses against the political elite. Because imagine, I'm just taking a scenario, NLC tell all their workers nationwide, vote for LP candidate, vote for LP as the president. He is the finest ever produced in history, or is the finest among the aspirants being displayed right now, or who are also contesting right now. And you now tell all your workers cut across Nigeria nationally that they should vote for Peter Obi. And your governor said, you're voting for who? Which Peter Obi? Just like the likes of David Umahi said, look, don't even go there. My state is an APC state, and my vote goes to APC, Bola Asiwaju. Whether it is South to you or Southeast to you, it doesn't matter. I am an APC card carrying member, I'm a stakeholder, and my state must deliver Bola Tinubu. That's the governor who signs the checks and salaries of the labor workers or NLC members in Ebonyi State, using a case study of Ebonyi State, for instance. And the NLC president tells all his workers, vote for Peter Obi, and a case study of Ebonyi State say, vote for my candidate or vote for APC candidate, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and you all converge and say you will not vote. Who is signing your salaries? So it's a case of, if the will of the people wants to stand, the people must remember that there's always a price to pay. Okay, yes, it may not come to the level of saying they will not sign your salaries for you. It may not come to that. But there are other ways you can always do these things. Find out those who are really shouting Peter Obi in the office. Let's find out a way around these things. Because you have, is it not because you are give you everything to do? That's why you have the energy to be shouting Peter Obi. By the time this is politicking era, everything is allowed, unfortunately. So I do not know how the NLC president intends to achieve this, but it's a good one if he can, because the Labour members, that's NLC Nigerian Labour Congress members, should be answerable directly to their president. It's an organization. It's a Congress. It's a place where they protect their members. And it's okay, we'll find someone who is fine enough to lead us, who would redistribute well, take it from where it was, and redistribute it. Not for a change, make a statement that the whole Nigerian political elite will know that we exist. We are not riffraff, never-do-wells, or laborers who are their own just to come labor and die. We need benefits for our labor. We need reward for our labor. We also want a better Nigeria where our children and children unborn will inherit and enjoy and be proud to be called Nigerians. And it all begins with every one of us, including NLC. And how forceful, how charismatic is the NLC president or NLC chairman going to achieve this, judging the fact that all his NLC members are scattered in different states of the country. And all depends on how forceful or how aggressive or how willful or purposeful the governors of those states are. So, but if you ask me, while the governors of each party structures, as like they keep saying that Peter Obi have no structures, while they're actually embarking on or actually hoping or banking on the governors or the senators of each constituency to deliver their constituency and deliver their state to their candidate, Peter Obi is actually going through human structures, the poor, the downtrodden, the handicapped, the less privileged, to get his structures done. While they're looking at structures of loyalties and in politics, when it comes to the issue of PDP and other political opposition parties, LP is looking at, Peter Obi is looking at the people who have been disenfranchised, who have been marginalized and trodden, who want a better stake in the country. So it's actually a case of Peter Obi, technically speaking, selling their ideology against his own colleagues, a political elite, which he doesn't. If you notice him, he doesn't like pitching tent against them. He will tell you, please don't abuse, but he wants to sell the idea down to everybody to say, look, this Nigeria is not the ideal Nigeria we're looking for. There's a better one and we can achieve it. But it all depends not on me, Peter Obi, but on you. How desperate do you want this change? It's up to you to take your PVC and vote for that change. That's going to wrap it up. But the question is, how will NLC deliver their members, judging the fact that the state governors and senators also have the same members in their various states and constituencies? Let's interact.